Good morning, children, and welcome back. I am Mrs. Sithara, your social science teacher. Today, we are going to start a new lesson, Good Citizen. It is lesson number 3. The title of the lesson is Good Citizen. What is the meaning of citizen? C-I-T-I-Z-E-N. Citizen. A citizen is a person who is a member of a particular country. Now, when you are a member of a particular country, how can you be a good member? That is what we are going to learn in this lesson. All of us are citizens of our motherland, India. Now, how can I become a good citizen of my country is what we are going to learn in this lesson. How to become a good citizen in a society, in our country, or in the world. How can we become a good citizen? Only if we have good qualities in us, we can become good citizens. Dear children, look at these pictures. Okay, you can find a man who is old and he is in a wheelchair, and there is a person trying to help him. Another old woman trying to walk, and another person is helping. An old man who is walking sticks. He is finished shopping and is coming back. One young boy is helping him carry the things. You can find an old lady and a nurse trying to help her. Children, do you think all these things are good? Helping others, helping people in need. Yes, very correct. That is very, very important. That is very important for being a good child or a good person or a good citizen. Children, man is a social animal. Man is a social animal. They are blessed or bestowed with senses. Bestowed means given or gifted with senses. What is the meaning of sense? Yes, sense is one of the 5 natural powers. Unarvugal. Now, what are the different senses we have? Can you say it? Very good. We see with our eyes. Then we hear with our ears. We can smell with our nose. We can taste with our tongue. And we can touch with our hands. We can feel. Correct? So sight, hearing, smell, taste and touch are the 5 senses. And human beings think and act using their senses. As a human being, we will use all the 5 senses to think and to act, to do some action. This is what makes us different from animals. Children, so the 5 senses are eyes or sight, hearing, smell, taste and touch. Man or people are born free but bound in the social web. Children, like animals, we are also born free, but we are having sense, which animals don't have. So when we have sense, we are bound in a social web. What is the meaning of bound in the social web? We cannot live alone. A man cannot live alone. He has to get help from others. He has to help others. Okay, that's why we say man is bound in a social web. Each person is linked to another person. Okay, they cannot live alone. They need social and emotional support. What is the meaning of social here? It means we are having different types of relationships. You have your father, mother, your brothers, sisters, cousins, grandparents, uncles, aunts, all these things, all these people we have. What is the meaning of emotional support? Emotions are whatever we are feeling. Sometimes we are very happy. Sometimes we are sad. Sometimes we get angry. All these times we need somebody to share our feelings. When something good happens in the class, What you will do when you go home, you run to your mother, you hug her and tell, Mama, Miss gave me a prize. I did well in the test, so Miss gave me a prize. Isn't it? You are very happy to share your happiness with your mother. Suppose you slip and fall on the floor. You're hurt. Whom you will go to? Immediately you'll run to your mother. Mama, I am hurt. I scratched myself. Isn't it? So she'll comfort you. It is okay, baby. Don't cry. I'll apply some medicines for you. You will be all right. Then you are happy. So such kind of support we need. Throughout our life, we need support to live. Emotional support. We have to share our feelings to somebody whom we can trust, whom we can rely. It could be your parents, your teachers, or your friends, your grandparents, anyone whom you trust. So children, to live in the society, we need to develop some good values. Values help us to determine what is important to us. It helps us to understand which is important to us. Value is madippa. So in order to live in a society, in order to live among people, we have to develop some good values. We must imbibe, we must try to cultivate good values. An animal is born without senses. An animal doesn't have values. That makes human being a noble creature than an animal. We are different from animals. We are born with senses and we make use of the senses to lead a life. We make use of a sense to take a decision in our life. Animals doesn't have sense. Human beings have sense. We have our ability to use our brain to think. And we lead a social life. We depend on each other. We have relations and we depend on each other, help each other to lead our lives. We cannot live alone independently throughout our life. At some stages or other, we have to depend on others. We have to help and take care of others also. Now let us see what are the good values. Good values are the qualities of a person that keeps the society running. Good values are the qualities of a person that keeps the society running. These qualities can be developed by all. You can develop the good qualities. It is very important that each and every individual in a society have the good qualities of good values. Only if the person has good values, he can lead a successful and fruitful life. It is not a big deal to develop these qualities. Any person can develop these qualities from a very young age. The education institutions and the formative institutions play an important role in developing the values of a person. Look at the pictures given, people. The first picture shows a boy trying to water the plants, small plants, and that is growing the trees. Second picture, you can find an old lady being held hand by a boy trying to helping the old people. Third one is pampering pet animals. A boy is trying to play with his dog, with his pet dog. He has got a pet dog and he's trying to play with it, trying to take care of it. Next one is gardening. Gardening is trying to grow trees and plants in and around our area, houses or schools. In our school, you try to plant trees and try to water them, isn't it? Next is saluting national flag. We give respect to our national symbols. Every Monday, we hoist our national flag in our school assembly. And we all salute our national flag, right children? The next one, you can see a blind man trying to cross the road in the zebra crossing, and a young boy is trying to help him. Can you picturize yourself in all these situations? Yes, it is you that who is doing this work. You will be doing all these work, I know, because you are good children. You have good values. You are growing up to become good citizens of our country. Do you think doing all these things are necessary or waste of time? Correct. That is necessary. You do it spontaneously. If you see somebody in need, somebody needing help, immediately you will rush to that place and help. Correct? So these pictures show how to be a good boy or a good girl in the society. When you are in need, when somebody is in need of your help, you have to rise up to the occasion. You have to help them without thinking twice. Immediately rush to the place and offer your help. Children, man is a social animal, and when we are born with few values and rights. We have some values as a human being, and we do have some rights also. These values are polished in educational institutions. You know, children, your mother is your first teacher, right? When you are small, when you are born, your mother takes care of you and she tells you about the basic values and respect. Then once you attain 3.5 years old, you are sent to school. At home, you are the king of the house, and when you come to school, you mingle with your other friends, you mingle with the people or children of your age, and you learn sharing and how to be responsible, and many values you pick up from the school. That is, the values are further when you are born with some values and rights, and these values are polished in educational institutions, let it be school or college. And you know, children, the aim of education is to change a person, a normal person, into a valuable person. The main aim of education is not to make you read and write, but to transform you, to change you, to alter you into a new person. A person who is born with so many rights and values, through education you are changed into a more valuable person, a very good citizen of the country, a good human being. That is the first or the basic aim of education, not to make you to read and write or do math and learn science, social. It is not that. The aim is to change a person into a valuable person. When you are born, your mother will take care of you, isn't it? As a small child, she takes care of you. She looks after all your needs. Once you start growing up, learn things from her. She teaches you things knowingly or unknowingly. She teaches you the values which are to be followed, how to behave when elders come. You see from her and learn. The people at your home guide you to become a good individual. Then you are sent to school. From there you learn so many things. You learn being in a social environment. You learn to be respectful, responsible, and caring, trustworthy. All these qualities you gain, you polish, you get yourselves updated in all these qualities in school. And further you will move to your collegiate education, where you learn the teamwork and doing the work together, working in a group, so that later in your life you can lead a good socially active life. Whatever values you are born with, they are polished in an educational institution, and it is the duty of the education institution. And you polish your values get polished in an educational institution, and the education will transform you into a more valuable person. So children, tell me, what is the aim of education? It is to change a person into a valuable person. Where are the values polished? They are polished in the educational institutions. Children, now we will see what is the meaning of the term civic. The term civic relates to people or civilian or citizen of a country. I repeat, the term civic relates to people or civilian or citizen of a country. Civilian is an ordinary person not holding any service, not in a armed service or police service. A normal person is called as a civilian. And the word term civic, it's related to people or the citizen or the civilians of the country. Now the people in a country, they should live together in unity. Dear children, in our class, we are all united, isn't it? When you play, you learn the habit of being in a team work, correct? You learn to play as a team. And when you're given project work, group project, also you try to coordinate among yourself. You try to share your ideas and you do your work perfectly. You will be allotting work to each and every one. Thinking, depending on how they do it, you will be allotting work. Some people will be very good in drawing. To them, you will ask them to complete the chart work or do the modification or the beautification of the chart work. The study heads or studious people will be given the work of making out the points and marking the things from the book to copy it into a chart, right? Same way, people of a country should live together in unity. There should not be any partiality. There should not be any favoritism to a particular caste or a culture. All should live together. Living together in harmony. Harmony means people are living together peacefully rather than fighting or arguing. Otrume is the Tamil word for harmony. Living together in harmony despite all the disparities. Disparities means differences of opinion, is a significant value. One of the important value of that people of a country should have is living together in harmony, without fighting, without arguing. That is how we will live in a society, right? In our house, near our house, many people are living. Our neighbors are there. We never fight with them. We have a cordial relationship with them. Helping others is also an important value. It is not that you should live in harmony, but you should be able to help others also. Helping others in time of their need is an important value you must cultivate. Children, there should not be any disparity among people and all are one. There should not be any differences. There should not be any favoritism. No preferences among people. Today's children are tomorrow's citizens of the nation. You are tomorrow's citizen. What you learn or imbibe today, you are going to reflect tomorrow in your life. Moral and good values have to be grown among children so that they may become valuable citizens. Once you know what is value, what is morality, what are the good values you should learn, once you learn that, you become wonderful human beings and valuable citizens of the country. As Swami Vivekananda, the great monk, has said, world survives on morality. The world will survive only on morality. Selfishness is immoral. What is immoral, children? Selfishness. Selfishness is immoral. And selflessness is moral. Selflessness is moral. Considering yourself better than others is not right. Considering others, doing things for others, that is selflessness. That is moral. And world survives only on morality. Children, before we conclude, let us have a recap of what we learned. You know, children, man is a social animal. And human beings are gifted with senses. There are 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste and touch. And human beings think and act using their senses. Men are born free, but they are bound in the social web. That means they cannot live alone. They need social and emotional support. Men need social and emotional support. Social support in the sense of your relatives, like your parents, grandparents, your cousins, your friends. and emotional support from the people whom you love and trust. To live in the society, they need to develop some good values. Animals do not have sense, so they are not civilized. Human beings have sense, so they act accordingly. It is the good values of the people that keep the society running. You are born with good qualities and you can develop the good qualities. We are born with few values and rights, and whatever values we are born with, they are polished in education institutions like schools and colleges. And the aim of education is to change a person into a valuable one. We also learned about the term civic. It relates to people or civilian or citizen of a country. We learned about the importance of children and their education and what is good value. Next class we will discuss about the classification of good values in detail. With that, we wind up today's session, children. Have a nice day. Thank you.